Okay, so welcome everyone, and now I'm thinking to start live. So this year's my first live session, on YouTube. So welcome today. Today is 9th of February 2023, the weekly expiry for Bank Nifty, and I'll just quickly share my charts. But in the meantime, feel free to share about this channel to your other friends and family members, or those who wants to learn about the market, so that way it will help me to it will help me to be motivated and continue creating such videos. Okay, so I just quickly shared my screen, and one of the things which is happening, I don't know whether it is getting to your, or were you able to spot, is we are just getting developed around the 41,500 levels. 41,500 is an important level for today, because if you see, earlier it was acting as the level of resistance. Then on 6th of Feb, so 6th Monday, 7th Tuesday, and yesterday 8th, overall, if I see 41,500 is the area to observe, and what's happening. Parallelly, I'll also plot fixed range chart to just understand the overall auction. Okay, so if you see where the point of control is, it's about not exactly, but 3 points below 41,500. So for me, 41,500 for today is a very important level, because we are in a 3-day range, and we have got a spike on the top. This is indicating, or this is giving me a direction that this is where the test of supply was seen. This was at 41,800, and on the lower side we have just one tick, and this was at 41,100. Okay, so I'm seeing a retest of supply. So supply was, or there were good sellers at 41,800. I'm seeing buyers present at 41,100, and we are just chopping in this 700 point range since last 3 days. So what should you do today? How is gonna be today's expiry now? What I'm looking at is, first of all, let me just share. So I was having some difficulties yesterday, but first of all, I'll start beginning with the overall range. So if you see this range, this is about 2590 points. Okay, so this was on the budget day. Then 2nd of February, this was about 1000 points. So from 29 to 1000, from 1000 we shifted to 959. From 959, we had 458, and from 458 we are in a tight range of 419. So overall, as we are, the reason why I'm sharing this is, as we are moving higher, there is a pressure coming from the supply side. That is right. And if you see, the range is shrinking. So overall, we are compressing. We are sort of compressing in a very tight range. And compression, if just a simple analogy if I can share, is if you use Bollinger Band, right? Once there is compression, a tight compression, then there is an expansion. That's the overall behavior which you can expect. Okay, so for today, the compression areas can be around so first of all is, we have got, so what are the anomalies? So first of all, we have got some stops around this level. This is around 41,700 level. Plus, we have got stops below 41,400. So earlier we were at 41,200, sort of, the area where I was seeing, and now the buyers have shifted higher. So for today intraday perspective, first of all, the levels which I'll be looking at is 41,700 as the where the supply, or the seller is present. 41,500 is the line in sand, or the equilibrium range, and 41,200, sorry, 41,000, let me just 41,400. 41,400 is where the supply shut off, and I'm seeing some demand getting generated. Okay, so here is where I'm seeing the overall demand happening. So that's what is the overall pulse of today. And if I am just combining it with OI data, so this is a cumulative data and this is a change in OI. So 42,000 is where again, it is still a lot of shorts in terms of CEs have been created. And 41,500 and both the CE and the PE, if you see it's more or less the same. So this is the equilibrium zone, and we'll be looking at the pre-open data. The current time is 8:59. So this is where you can see the time. The pre-open data will be coming out in next 7 minutes. But in the meantime, 41,500 is a very important level. And if you see the overall structure, we are having that sort of a B shape, or stops present at the lows and stops present at the high. So we can have a firecracker effect. Now the data is not yet out, but I'm expecting a sort of gap up and around the 41,800 levels. And the reason is based on the overall pressure. So I'll share that details in some time. But let me just let's look at quickly to the global markets. So first of all, Dow is negative. So then I think if Dow is negative, then we might open below 41,500. We might open gap down. But yeah, let's see. But looking at the Dow, it is giving me a hint that we might not see a gap up, but we can see a gap down opening. Nikkei is negative, Hang Seng is positive, so it's pretty flat. Dollar index is rising, so which is not a good sign for the Bank Nifty. I would love this to be below 100 or below 95, but it reached to 101 level, and now the dollar index is rising. USD INR is also rising. VIX is flat. Crude is also rising. And gold has fallen. So this is good sign in terms of, the gold has fallen. It was 1900 something and then it fell. But overall, yeah. So currently I'm getting that we might open lower looking at the Dow. Rest all data, it's pretty flat. Okay. Now coming back to the higher time frame, data. What I'm seeing is, a lot of buying positions were created yesterday. So yesterday, the entire auction, we had a lot of good buying positions, and a lot of buyers are trapped yesterday. Okay. If the price opens lower, 41,250 is one of the areas, or this is the reference where I'm expecting again the responsive buying to step in. If this level crosses, or if there is some accumulation here, then I'll be expecting at 41,500 to retest. If there is no accumulation, if we have continuation, then the next level which I'll be observing is from the 41,000 level. So this is more from the positional perspective, and these are the major areas where I'm seeing the buyers and the sellers protecting their positions based on the overall auction which has been developed. Similarly, if I'm looking, so this was a 30-minute chart with the weekly VWAP and other indicators, and this is a 3-minute chart. This is a spot chart, and here I'm clearly seeing that the sellers have already created their positions from 41,540 to 41,720 or 730. So 41,500 to 41,700 is the range where a good amount of selling pressure came in, and this is where the sellers won and they are keeping the price lower. Parallelly, similarly, we have got buyers trapped. So from 41,500 to 41,475 is where the buyers are trapped. So if we we'll look at the from the buyers, this is the level to look at. From the sellers, this is the level to look at. So for me, this 100 point is a zone where it will be just chopping around. I'll be using the market profile structure and the other structural stops, and based on that, I'll be taking the trades. But so the time is 9:03. The pre-open data will be out. But if we open gap down, so the buyers who came in, second thing I forgot to start is, where is the overall inventory? What is the inventory telling me? Okay, so the overall inventory is flat. Okay, so earlier since last 2 days the inventory was long, and the entire longs, or the supply absorbed those demand, and yesterday is where the inventory became flat. Okay, so this is another data point. Pre-open data will give more hints, more clarity, but overall the inventory is flat. The supply is pretty strong. The sellers are, or the supply is the one, it's the currently the ball is in their court. And if we open lower, the first area is 41,400, because that's where we had so from the previous day, that is on the 7th of February, we had the sellers trapped, and if you see, that's where exact reversal happened, and the market just continued to develop in a choppy range. So being a weekly expiry, Thursday, expect some choppiness, but I believe once we get the pre-open data out, we will be seeing some up move or some down move. So today we can have a trending day, because since so this is Monday, this is Tuesday, and this is Wednesday, we are just overall, we are trading in a range of 41,000 to 41,800. This is an 800 point range, and the long time or the positional guys, they would have kept their SLs here and the next set of SLs here. Okay, so liquidity, these are the liquidity zones where if the price goes, and these can act as a reversal zones. So you need to see where the reversals happen, and you have to observe and then take the trades. So don't be in a hurry to trade today. Observe first, analyze the data, and then execute. Yeah, it's okay to miss the trade. It's okay to be late in the party, but join the party. I mean, join the bandwagon. Don't be left out, and experiment. And if you're not sure, then don't do anything. Wait for clarity, because 41,500 is a level pretty strong today. If the price opens gap down, then this would act as a level of resistance, and so this I'll be using for a pullback. If the price opens gap up, then this will be acting as a level of support, and I'll be looking at a longs or buying calls at the pullback. Okay, so keep this in mind. 41,500 is the major important layer area. Again, a psychological round number. Lot of straddle positions created here, strangle positions created here. So 500, so 800 to 500 is the overall range which I'm expecting to play out, and we can have a trending move. But yeah, so the time is 9:06. In the meantime, so I'll just hide all this, and we'll look at the what are the options data telling me. Are they where the maximum pain, or the calls, and what's happening. So let me just go, and this is for this week. So less number, so okay, 40 to 33. So OTMs, major OTMs are created on the call side. So this is what I'm looking at. So if you see the 3 ITMs and the 3 OTMs, okay. So good positions on the OTM, less positions, ITM in the money, there is a good position. On the put side, if you see, less number of contracts or change in OI is happening. So 60, 70, 80, and 110. Here it's 30, 50, 30, 80, and 80 and 3 again 180 and 3 is 120. So 120 here, 120 here. So it's pretty balanced out. Looking at the numbers. And in the ITM, it is about 43K, and here in the ITM is about 20, 26, 31K. Okay, so overall, the more positions are, or more inventory is created on the call side compared to the put side. Okay, so the time is 9:08. We should have the pre-open data out, and let's see. Okay, so it is out I'm looking at the trading view chart. It is out, and we are opening above. So we are opening slightly gap up, despite the Dow Jones showing some different data, where it closed negative. So what are the trade plans for me today? So first of all is 41,500 is an important level. 2nd is we are opening above the 41,600 level. So expect some responsive responsive selling happening, a retest of 41,600, and then going above. So what are the overall auction development path which I'm looking at? So the first of all is we have got structural stops here and here. This is where the liquidity is present. So the first auction development path is go retest 41,700, retest 41,800, and then see some exhaustion, and then so this is the overall trade plan which I have for if the auction develops like this, once the structural stops are cleared. Second is it goes, opens, finds some sort of supply again coming in at 41,700, because this is a major block in terms of change in OI, and then develop lower, and if we see this sort of retracement move, this is where I'll be taking a put, targeting first is 41,500, because I'm expecting some accumulation to be created in this zone, and then looking to see some fast down move, because this is another area where a lot of stop loss and liquidity is present, and then see if we are chopping just around. Okay, so that is the second auction development path. The third is about I'm not I'll be looking at the data once it opens, but if it is not able to break the 41,500, then just I'm expecting up move and clear the stops at 41,200 from the higher time frame perspective. Okay, so these are the three areas, or the overall auction development path which I'm looking at. Now, one more thing which I wanted to share is, so I'm also analyzing the option numbers, and I was just able to do this yesterday late night, so I finished this at 4 in the morning. But one of the areas which I'm looking at is the overall pressure. So this is nothing but to identify post market what am I seeing. So first of all, what I mean by pressure is 41,800. So let me change the color. So 41,800 is the level where about good volume came in, good transactions happened. So not volumes, but in terms of the options. So at this level, how many options, this is, I will not tell, but I'm just looking at this number. Second is as we are developing lower, the number is then we had a good number of inventory created at 41,634 levels, or at 600 levels, and now we are just opening above this. So basically there are a lot of sellers who are trapped, and I'm expecting a responsive buying, and see this this particular area is getting taken out. So I'm looking at the first auction development path. This is giving me the probability, because if you look at so this is the supply, and what is the absorption of supply. So once we tagged the trapped sellers at 41,400 levels, if you see as we are moving higher high, the volumes are increasing. So a lot of supply has been absorbed. So 8 million to 20 million. So a lot of supply is already created in the system yesterday, and these numbers are telling me that currently the buyers are the ones who took control yesterday, and we might expect a firecracker effect today, and it can go up higher. So I'm just continuing testing these numbers. I'll be testing it in the live markets, but I won't be using it in the live market, because the numbers can be misleading sometimes. It's better to understand use the order flow chart, and get the feel, or the pulse of the overall price action, and what's happening. So but looking at this, the sellers are the ones which are at disadvantage. A lot of absorption, or the supply was already absorbed by the buyers. Today is the day which can be in the code of buyers, looking at these numbers. Okay, so let's see. So I'll just hide this, and parallelly I'm also seeing zones. So these are the retracement zones where again the price goes lower. We might see I'm looking for responsive buying, and see some sort of reversals. Okay, so let me bring back but overall 41,600 is where this is the overall zone where the buyers have accumulated their positions. So I'll just clear this chart so that it's easy. and we will look with respect to this, with respect to the track buyers and the track sellers zone. The current time is 9:03, and let me just see if I'm getting any chats, because I believe there should be some chat enabled. Just bear with me. Okay, so at the moment there are no chats. That's fine. Yeah, so overall, the time is 9:14. The auction will open in just now. So let's see, what are we seeing right now, and where the overall price is getting developed. Okay, so we are just 30 seconds to go, and let's see what happens. Okay, so we are seeing responsive selling now, and a retest of 41,500. A good responsive selling came in. The buyers are the ones who are absorbing. So 41,500 is where the retest happened, but it did not took out this particular low. But yeah, I'll just give it some more time and observing at 41,500. So I need a clean, sharp down move. So let it go lower, let it develop lower. It's developing lower. That's good. Supply is now coming in. Yes, let it go lower. Then the next area is 41,400. So the auction path number 2 is the one which is currently active. We have crossed this level. Now observe, if we get some responsive selling at 41,400. We have taken the stops here. There is another liquidity at 41,400. If it fails, so this is where you can use if then statement. If this fails, then you can take a quick call trade, or a long quick scalp trade, buy a call now, keeping a stop loss below this low, current low, and target first is 41,500, and then you can expect a short covering rally. Let me just zoom in. Yes, so we are developing lower. So the odds are higher that we will be tagging the 41,400 level, because this is where liquidity is present. It took out this low from the price action perspective, but it's not coming up with more intensity. Yeah, so I think this is a good position to take a call trade, quick scalp trade. Targeting first is 41,500 and see so currently the price is getting absorbed, and now they are going to distribute at the higher levels. The price is now developing higher, and now I'm expecting a short covering move. Let's see whether we get that. So I'll just hide this. Now this is more clear. So we have accepted about 41,500. You should be in profit now. And I'm expecting continuation now, and 41,500 as the level where again the supply will run out and demand will generate, and then I'm seeing continuation to the upper side. Okay, from the higher time frame perspective, 41,500 is still intact, and now 41,500 is the level where I'm expecting again some responsive buying. We are above that level. So I'll just clear all this. Okay. So continue observing this, and I hope you learned something new today. Thank you again, and so let me know in your comments if I conduct such live session. This is just the pre-open data. I'm analyzing the overall price action, and then taking the overall trades. Okay, so if you needed, because I want to monetize this approach, because I've been doing it since last 3 years. I'm not seeing any traction. The guys, they just want everything for free, but this is real valuable information, so do have a look at it. And so thank you again, and I'll see you again tomorrow, Friday.